Hello, beautiful creatives. Welcome again to Sweet Susan Fashion and Crafts Academy. Our subscribers returning, you're welcome. New subscribers, we love you. Want to know how to measure, cut out, and sew this cowl boo with a V-neck, long sleeved sleeves, puff sleeves, and slit in front with a snatched waist. What do you need? Measuring tape, your 4 yards of ankara, lace and satin to embellish, and the other tailoring materials, your chalk, your pair of scissors. And then we need to fold our ankara fabric in a way that it suits the style. Now fold the English edge to English edge into two. Fold the ankara into two. English edge to meet English edge, and fold again the second time. By the time you fold, just watch this video, you see the way I did my folding. And then I have 4 pieces. After 4 pieces, you realize that since we want to have a long puffed sleeve, and this is ankara fabric that goes by 45, we need to join some pieces to the loose edges. When you're folding, the folded part is close to you while the loose edges are on the far end. So on that far end, join 4 different pieces to the 4 loose ends. The pieces would be 8 by 45 inches, 8 inches wide, 45 inches long. Just sew neatly and give it a press. That's why I have that attachment on the far side. So we need to measure now from the shoulder. Take down your vertical measurement, which is your armhole measurement. From shoulder to armhole will be 15. Shoulder to waist will be 17. Shoulder to hip line will be 25 inches. That's what I'm measuring there. Then your shoulder to your knee line will be somewhere around 39, depending on how tall your client is. All these measurements are relative. Make sure you take accurate measurements. So you're going to take the armhole vertical measurement, the waistline, the hip line, the knee line, and the M line. So for my M line, I added allowance, and I have somewhere around 59 as my full length. So after taking my vertical measurements, I'll start to take my horizontal measurements. Just before I go into the tutorial deeper, have you subscribed to Fashion and Craft Academy, Sweet Susan Fashion and Craft? Please go ahead and hit on that notification bell and subscribe so that you get notified when we upload new videos. Back to the tutorial. So on your hip line, take your normal hip measurements, divide it by 4, and add additional 6 inches. I go again. Hip measurement divided by 4 plus additional 6. That's what you mark as your horizontal measurement on your hip line and also on your knee line. You can see me doing that there. Mark your horizontal measurements on your hip line, your knee line. Then push your fabric upwards, and now take your M line measurement, which is whatever you got from your hip line, subtract 2 inches from it to give you your M line. Some persons actually would take the same measurement from their hip line to M line, but I always like to give it a shape, down. I don't want it to look too bogus, so I'll cut out about 2 inches on my M line. So that is me there joining my measurements together. All the points I have made on my fabric, I'll use my long ruler to join them together. So I have my vertical and also my horizontal measurement. So let's go to the armhole measurements, which is from shoulder to armhole will be 15. Wherever you have gotten that armhole measurement, come inside, come into your material with 6 inches. That's to get your armhole sleeve. So what do you do now? You create a cowl from your knee length, from your knee line. Locate your knee line, not from your hem line, because I want the cowl to really drop very well. I will start taking it from my knee line area. That place where I marked, I will just take something like a curve from there to meet my armhole sleeve that I have just constructed. So I'm going to join all those dots now with my tailor's chalk, and that's what I have there. After joining them, I will give it a curve. It will not be a sharp, that place will not be pointy. Just let it be curved a little. You can see what I'm doing there. I'm tracing my cowl to meet the sleeve point. Remember, we came in with 6 inches from the edge when we wanted to get our armhole measurement area. So the next thing we are going to do now is that you will subscribe. So go ahead and hit on that notification bell. Subscribe to this channel. Subscribe. Now you can see me cutting out my cowl boo-boo. When you finish measuring, take your pair of scissors and cut out. By the time you cut out, you're going to be having something similar to what I have here. Mind you, the reason why I had to join some fabric to the loose ends of my ankara is because ankara comes with length is by 45. If I was to be using other fabrics like mikado or chiffon that comes by 60, I wouldn't need to add anything to the side. And also, if I don't want a long sleeve, I can go with what I had before. You can see it the way I've cut it out. Already I cut out the neckline. I cut out the neckline to start off with 3 inches depth and 3 inches wide. Now I'm going to remove my front from my back, my front piece from the back piece, and with the front piece I'm going to make a V-neck. I want to cut out a V-neck now. Depending on how deep you want your V-neck to be, I'm going in with like 6 inches along the folded part. You can see me now, and the width of the neck is 3 inches. I don't want it to be wide, I want the V to be as minimal as possible along the neck, the shoulder area. So I marked it 3 inches along the shoulder area, and I went in with 6 inches deep. Yours can be deeper than that. It depends on you. So when I cut out my V neck now, I got my lace fabric, placed it, folded it into 2. Like an half yard of a lace fabric would help you. Fold your material. We are still placing it on fold. This is the front piece now. You don't need to have anything to do with your back piece for now. For your front piece, cut out the V neck from the lace material. You can see it now as I'm doing it there. I folded the lace into 2 and I placed it on the ankara fabric, and I want to cut out the front lace design, and I'm going to be marking 3 inches around the neck area. I want to trace out with my V-neck. You just place your tape and duplicate your V-neck 3 inches away, so that you will use it to mark how your V neck will be on the lace material. Watch keenly, you will really understand what I'm teaching. I have been able to simplify this teaching so that the beginners would be able to comprehend what I am teaching. Happy viewing. Have you subscribed to this YouTube channel? If you've not, go ahead. Please subscribe to our channel, like our contents, and also add 1 or 2 comments in the comment section so that we can get back to you. If there is anything you don't understand about this tutorial, please feel free to ask me. And if you enjoyed it, also put it in the comment section that the teaching was, useful. I would like your feedback. Now I'm cutting out my lace facing. Will I call it facing now? I'm cutting out the lace facing to suit my V-neck design. Mind you, if I had other designs like U-neck, canoe neck, whatever, I'm going to also cut out my lace design to suit the neckline style. Hope you understand what I'm saying. You can see me cutting out my V-neck with my front design. Now I folded my fold is 4 inches on fold for the down part, but the upper part was 8 inches on fold. So now if you have half a yard, which is 18 inches, you can fold it into 2 and you will get your front design, as long as your lace is having a length of 60. So look at it now. I've gotten the front lace design and I'm going to cut out exactly what I have on my lace on the satin lining. I could use satin, I could use raw silk or mikado, whatever I have to line my lace. That is me cutting out my lining with my lace as the pattern. Sweet Susan Fashion and Craft Academy is here to serve you. We'll drop videos on fashion crafts weekly. Make sure you're here on Sundays to view our latest videos. So that is me placing my front design on top of the front piece. Remember, all these measurements were taken when I folded the front piece into 2. Fold your front piece into 2 equally. You'll be able to get out this design without any problem. So we have a V design there, and I have placed the satin with the right side facing me, and now my lace is on top of it, the right side also facing me. You will need a lot of pins at this juncture. Pin down your work, pin down the lace, the satin, and the ankara fabric together. Mind you can use mikado or any other material of your choice to make this cowl bubu. It's always trending. You can wear it for events, birthday parties, dinner parties, church, mosque, anywhere you want to go, social functions, etc. It's always easy to wear. So now I want to go ahead and sew. I went to my machine and started sewing, and now I realized that I don't want to use another method. The method I want to use is to use a bias strips to run the neck area of my bubu. So with your bias strip, you would place your bias on top of the neck of your bubu and use it to finish it very neatly. I'm using bias to finish up my neckline. That's me going from the top to the neck area, the V-neck area. You start from your right side and start to take it down gently. Make sure that you follow the folding on your bias strip. I hope you understand how to place to run neck area with bias strip. So keep taking it down until you get to the midpoint of your V line. When you get there, just before you get there, you raise up your presser foot. Raise up your presser foot as soon as you get to the V area. Turn your fabric, give it a notch. Notch your V, the midpoint of your V neck. It's important you notch it so that it will be relaxed and it will not give you a rough finishing at the end of the day. So with your bias strip now, run your V-neck, make it beautiful and well finished. That is me. I turned it to the other side. When I finished the first side, I went to the second side and sewed it all round. I'm done with the V-neck finishing, and the next thing to do will be to go right down to the slits. I'll give it a good press, take it to the ironing board and press my V-neck very well. Now you can see what I have here. After you have finished your V-neck area, go to the sides of your midpoint design and with your iron fold in the edges of your lace so that you can do a top stitching. When you finish folding it in, pin it down with your pins. First of all, do a pinning down before you run it with your sewing machine. Now we want to cut out our slit. I'm going up with 16 inches. 16 inches upwards. Some persons can go up with like 20 inches if they want their slit to be, to come up higher. But I prefer 16 inches. When I get to 16 inches, I marked it. 16 inches from down to the top. From down to the top. So I took my pair of scissors and marked the middle, exact midpoint on my fabric. Mind you, this is my front fabric. I'm not doing this to the back. So when I got the midpoint, I gave it a neat cut from down upwards to the 16 inches where I had marked. Can you see what I'm doing? I cut it open, both the ankara, the lace fabric as well. So I've given it a cut. I've had a slit now, but I can't leave it like this. I need to still take the same bias strips, the same way I finished the neck, the V-neck, and use the bias to, finish up my slit area. Dear Sweet Susan creatives all around the world, we are here inviting you to subscribe to our channel, to like our videos, to comment and to subscribe, and to give it a thumbs up. Share this video with other creatives around the globe. We'd love to have your feedback. Now see, I'm using the bias strips to finish up the slits. You run it first time, fold it over and run it the second time. After folding and finishing with your bias strip, give it a good press. Give it a good press and move on to the next stage of the kaftan, the cowl kaftan boo-boo. Now remember, when you get to the midpoint of these slits, just the same way we handled the V-neck, you have to raise your presser foot and turn your material. Then you have to find a way of notching the midpoint, even though you are still using bias. Notch it and gently, very neat cut. Don't cut it too deep into the fabric. Then turn your bias again, the other side of your bias, the way I'm doing, and give it a neat stitching. Finish up the slit very neatly using your bias strip. And after you're done finishing with your bias strip, please go ahead and give it a neat press using your steam iron, or if you have dry iron, you can still go ahead and do same. So that is me finishing up my slit area. Sweet Susan Fashion and Craft Academy calling you to subscribe to our channel. You need to be informed in this business you're doing. And even if you're not doing this for commercial purpose, you're making dresses for personal use, we are up to the task. We send in contents on fashion and crafts once in a week at least. You can come here and get content on headwear production, bag making, dress making, and anything fashion. Even some contents are here on, soft furnishing like curtains, beddings that you can use in your homes. So we are here to teach you all manner of DIYs that you can do as long as you have access to a sewing machine. So after you finished making your slits, running it and making it beautiful, fold in your lace area, fold in that lace area very neatly and give it a top stitch beautifully, and give it a neat sewing. Having done that again, the neck area, you will still need your back neck area would also be finished using bias strip. Having done that, before as soon as you're finished doing the neck area, place your material, your fabric, the front and the back facing each other, and then the wrong side facing you. Use 1 inch to run your shoulder. Meanwhile, the shoulder slope is 2 inches. Your shoulder slope is 2 inches. Unlike when you're sewing normal blouses that you use 1 inch, the shoulder slope drops with 2 inches. Then you run the front and the back, stitching it. You come back to your table in order that you may fix your belt. There is a belt you will fix inside this time, and on the front only. You don't need to fix the belt on the back side. So turn your front side of your fabric of your dress with the wrong side facing you. Now you finish sewing. Get the exact midpoint. First of all, get your waistline. Our waistline here, remember, is 17. But since we've stitched the shoulder, it must have jumped up to like 16. So come to your vertical measurement will be 16. Then get your midpoint. When you get your midpoint, take your waist measurement divided into 4. Your waist measurement divided into 4. Then take a portion of that, a quarter. That is 1/4 of what you measured. Then take it midpoint to that measurement. Take your belt that you have at least you've sewn and stick it this way. You can see the way I'm doing it. Take it to your machine and sew it. By the time you finish sewing it, you have your belt, and that's the end of the kaftan. Boo-boo kaftan, snatched waist, slit in front, and then you are yet to put your elastic on your sleeve. You need to do that. Getting ready to do that, make sure you stitch your belt very, very accurately, not one, wrongly positioned. Let the left belt be on the same line with the right belt. Looking critically at this video, you would understand how to fix your belt. All right, that's how to fix your belt. The belt is inwards, is inside. Your belt is inside. You need to finish up with your elastic. Fix elastic around your round sleeve. Yes, fix elastic around your round sleeve, and then your beautiful dress is ready. Yeah, don't forget that we want you to look beautiful. We are here for you, to teach you all manner of tutorials that will give you an edge in the fashion industry. See you next time. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. We cannot wait to have you in our community. Bye for now.